Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to today's YouTube live session. It's me again. If you don't remember, my name is Eazel. You can call me Teacher Eazel. And for today's lesson, we are going to talk about opinions about buying food. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Just give me one moment to share my screen. Okay, there you see it. There we go. Okay, so for those who saw the video earlier, I apologize. There was technical difficulties. Okay, so 2 weeks ago we talked about work and how to answer in an interview. But of course, there's a reason why we need to work. And one of the main reasons is to have a stable income so we can buy our basic necessities, such as, well, food. And with that being said, I'd like you to guess the images that are on the screen right in front of you. And I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to think about the answers, and we're going to see if you got it right. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So, for those who said that the picture on the left is a supermarket and the picture on the right is the market. You got it right. Okay, so now we are going to talk about your opinion on supermarkets and markets. Okay, so which would you prefer? Where do you prefer to buy your food? Do you like fresh produce or preserved foods? How often do you shop at places like this? In your home, who does the shopping? Okay, so I'd like you to think about these questions on the screen, then let me know your answers in the comment section down below. I'll give you a couple of seconds to just look at these questions, then I'll tell you my thoughts on this topic. Okay. Mm. Okay. So, well, if you ask me, I would prefer to buy my food. My For example, I would buy the the fish, the meat in the market rather than buying it in the supermarket. But if I'm going to buy, like, say, preserved foods, like, I don't know, canned goods or like laundry detergent, I would go to the supermarket because everything's there. So, yeah. And do I like fresh produce or preserved foods? Um, it's I would say that obviously you should eat fresh produce, but given that we are all very busy and we can't always go to the market to buy and prepare our own food, well, we have no other choice but to find ways to preserve it. So it's a mix of, like, yes, I'd love to eat fresh produce, but at the same time, it's like more practical to eat preserved foods. And how often do I shop at places like this? I would say every week. Every week I'm at the supermarket or at the market, yeah, to buy my fish or meat in the market, and then in the supermarket I would buy the other things. And in your home, who does the shopping? Well, because I live all by myself, being the independent woman that I am, I do the shopping, obviously. But, well, for you guys watching this video, I'd like to know your thoughts as well. So tell me in the comment section down below. Okay? All right. So, after talking about supermarkets and markets, we are going to read the opinions of three people. Their names are Jenny, Akio, and Luz. Okay? And they have a lot of opinions about supermarkets. So I'd like you to read them and answer the question, do they like or dislike supermarkets? Then I'd like you to tell me why. Okay? I will give you a couple of seconds to, no, actually a minute, because this is quite long and to read the text, it's quite long, so you need time to read the text. And if you're watching this as a replay, you can pause the video to give you more time to read and think about the questions. Okay? Okay. Okay. So, I think that if we take a look at their answers, I think the only person who agrees with like they like shopping at supermarkets would probably be Luz and Akio, but not really that much. It's like for Akio, she prefers convenience stores, if you read it, and it's different from a supermarket because a supermarket is huge and convenience stores are just, for example, 7-Eleven, if you're familiar with it, yeah, or mini stop. Yeah, those are convenience stores. And then Jenny doesn't like supermarkets. She said that small shops are better, and she finds supermarkets quite stressful. And Luz is probably the same opinion as I am. She goes to the market to buy food like meat, fish, and then vegetables, because she doesn't think that the food in the supermarket is fresh, but she buys like cleaning products and other essentials in the supermarket. So yeah, I think it's a mix of like they understand that it's cheap, but it's like no, they don't really like them. So yeah, those are their opinions on about on supermarkets. Okay, so from the opinions that we read earlier, I have taken some sentences for you to complete. So I'd like you to match the beginnings, which are 1 to 6, and the endings, which are A to F, of the opinions. Then look at the opinions again. Just scroll. If you're watching this as a replay, just scroll back uh, to the slide earlier, and then so you can check your answers. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do the task, and then we will check the answers. Okay? Oh wait, before we do the task, I will give you an example, a clue, sort of. So, I think small shops are better because that's what I think small shops are better. This is what Jenny said. So the answer here for number one is I think small shops are better. Okay, so now that we did number one, you do the rest. Okay, couple of seconds. Okay, so now let's check the answers. Okay, so I find supermarkets. Okay, so let's take a look at the wait, let's take a look at the this one. It's here, this sentence. I find supermarkets quite stressful. This is what Jenny said. So the answer to number two is quite stressful. Okay, letter E. And then for number three, if you ask me, um, they're only interested in making money. And then for number four, it's letter A. They should sell more local food. Number five, I don't think their food is fresh. And then for number six, cleaning, I guess they're good for cleaning products and pet food and so on. So yeah, we managed to um, connect the dots because of the sentences that we saw earlier. Okay, now that we've those sentence starters that like these 1 to 6, the beginnings, can be used as kind of like sentence starters to give opinions about buying food. So maybe you can start with saying, I think, I don't know, small shops or supermarkets. I think the supermarket is um, very cheap, something like that. Or I find supermarkets very stressful, like what was said earlier. And then you can also say, if you ask me, this is my opinion, something like that. And then they should, using should, if you remember, it's a modal verb. It's to give advice. So it's like they should do this. They should um, sell local food, something like that. And then you can also say what you don't like. I don't think their food is good or something like that. And then you can finally also say, I guess, if you're not sure, it's like, I guess they're good for this. And it's like, yeah, I guess. You can say something like this too. So yeah, now that you've learned how to give opinions about buying food, we are going to practice. Yay. Okay, so let's talk about this question. Which kinds of food do you prefer to buy? Okay, so you can use these sentence starters to just um, ex- expound on your ideas and then tell me why do you prefer to buy this, and then yeah, I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to do this activity and then we can move on to the next. Okay. Mm, okay, so now we are going to see how many words related to food do you know. What I'd like you to do is to add vowels to make food words. So as you can see here, there's like words, 14 words that are, there's something missing. So you have to complete the word by adding a vowel. Okay? I will give you a couple of seconds to think about each word and then we will check the answers. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so let's see the answers. Ta-da-da! Yay! Okay, so are you familiar with more or less these items? So, for example, basil, is it a spice? Yeah, it is a spice. It is something that we put usually in the pizza, no? Yeah. And then cheese, something to put on the pizza as well, or well, something you can just eat on its own. Yeah. Spices to add flavor in the dish, vegetables, um, plants, and then curry, it's a type of dish that came from India, yeah, and it's usually color orange, yeah, and then fruit, like for example, this is a fruit, and then it's a category of like different um fruits, I guess, and different types of food. And then strawberries is a type of fruit. Okay. No, yeah, yeah. Strawberries is a type of food, and then are a type of fruit. And then um, herbs to like this one. This is an herb. And then sauces. It's we put spice, put water, put tomato, and then we have sauce. We have a sauce now because it's usually composed of, I don't know, ketchup, mayonnaise, those kinds of things. Sauces. Lasagna is a type of dish. Obviously, this is something that it's like a pasta dish. We eat it. It has different layers, if you remember. Yeah. And then salad has a lot of vegetables in it. Okay. Chicken is a type of meat, okay, but it's the dead one, so that it's for you to eat. Okay. And then mushrooms are for kind of like a plant, I guess. Yeah, it's a type of plant. And then cream is made out of like this one, the cream usually on top of the cupcake. So yeah, it's usually made out of whipped eggs, right? Okay, so now that we've learned some vocabulary or some words related to food, and I want you to match the words that are here, some of the words that I've chosen, with categories A to D. Okay? Just gonna give you a couple of seconds to work on this. Okay? Okay. Mhm. Okay. So, if you manage to say it like this, you are correct. Okay. So, breakfast is indeed a meal. Okay. Dessert is a course. So, basil is an ingredient, and then lasagna is a dish. Okay, so just to differentiate, it's like meal of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, a course is part of a meal. So basically, we have, for example, the entree, the main dish, and then the dessert. And then, for example, ingredients, we can say um, spices, basil, those kinds of things. And a dish, for example, lasagna. Yeah. Okay. So I I'd like you to give two more examples aside from the ones that I've already mentioned, and you can say them in the comment section down below. I am not gonna give you more time because we are running out of time, so just gonna show it for like 2 more seconds, and then we will move to the next activity. Okay, so well, yes. Before we end this lesson, I'd like to leave you some food for thought to summarize what you have learned today. So, do you have a favorite kind of food, dish, or meal of the day? What dishes can you cook? What ingredients do you use a lot? Where you live, are there any good places to buy food from other countries? Okay, so since we don't have a lot of time left, going to tell you to leave your answers in the comment section down below. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Few more seconds. Okay. So that's it for today's YouTube live session. If you want to do more exercises on this topic, you can look at the English Unlimited B1 Pre-Intermediate Coursebook published by Cambridge University Press. And thank you very, very much for listening. And stay tuned for new lessons that are prepared by other tutors. Okay? Until next time, bye bye. Okay.